Welcome back to the Tax Free Millionaire Blueprint. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button now. On this channel, we talk about lifestyle and celebrities and also the entrepreneurial journey and how some mistakes could be the best lessons in your life, but also overall, we also talk about the good things that happen to these celebrities that can also teach you a lesson. So hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to the channel. So today we're talking about Toni Braxton, superstar Toni Braxton, how she sold millions but ended up broke twice. And we are going to talk about the lessons that this story of a megastar, superstar, Toni Braxton, has dealt with. So, how Toni Braxton made millions, then filed bankruptcy twice. So, how do you sell more than 70 million records, win Grammy Awards, become one of the biggest stars in the world, and still end up filing bankruptcy twice? That's exactly what happened to Toni Braxton. From the outside, it looked like she had everything: fame, hit songs, luxury, success. But behind the scenes, there were bad contracts, tax problems, business mistakes, and money disappearing faster than it actually came in. And the truth is, what happened to Toni Braxton happens to a lot of people. They make good money, but they don't understand how to keep it. So today, I'm going to break down how Toni Braxton built her fortune, how she lost millions, and the money lessons that can help you avoid making the same mistakes that Toni Braxton did. So, before Toni Braxton became a superstar, she grew up in a strict religious household in Maryland. She and her sisters sang together, and eventually, her incredible voice caught the attention of music executives. In the early 1990s, Toni Braxton exploded onto the music scene. Her self titled debut album sold millions of copies. Then came massive hits like Another Sad Love Song, Breathe Again, Unbreak My Heart. Soon she became one of the best selling female artists in the world. By the mid 1900s, by the mid 1990s, Toni Braxton was everywhere. She was selling records, touring, appearing on television, and winning awards. To most people, it looked like she was unbelievably rich. But there was one major problem. She wasn't making nearly as much money as people thought. One of the biggest reasons Toni Braxton struggled financially was because of her contract. Like many artists, she signed a deal before she fully understood how the music business worked. Her record label controlled a huge percentage of her money, and after expenses, management fees, lawyers, producers, travel, promotion, there wasn't much left. Toni Braxton later revealed that even after selling millions of albums, she only received a small fraction of the money that people assumed she made. Imagine selling millions of records and still not being able to afford the lifestyle people think you have. That's because gross income and her net income are not the same thing. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make in business. They see revenue and they think it means profit. But if the money is going out as fast as it's coming in, you can still end up broke. So in 1998, Toni Braxton filed for bankruptcy for the first time. At that time, she reportedly owed millions of dollars. Why? Because even though she had fame and success, she had expensive living costs, a bad contract, and too many financial obligations. Not enough money left after everyone else got paid. This is a powerful lesson. You can be successful and still have no cash flow. You can make six figures, seven figures, or even millions and still struggle if you don't control your spending and understand your business. Toni Braxton later said she had to learn how to rebuild from the ground up. And for a while, she did. She came back stronger. She had more success. She landed new opportunities, but then history repeated itself. In 2010, Toni Braxton filed for bankruptcy again. This time, the problems were even bigger. She reportedly owed between $10 million and $50 million. There were several reasons: medical issues and healthcare costs, real estate problems, overspending, failing income, and most importantly, tax debt. Like many entertainers and entrepreneurs, Toni Braxton reportedly owed money to the IRS. And this is where so many people get in trouble. When you make a lot of money, you cannot spend all of it because a large percentage belongs to taxes. If you make $500,000, you may owe over $150,000 just in taxes. If you make $1 million, you could owe hundreds of thousands just in taxes. But people often wait until tax season to think about it. But by then, guess what? It's too late. The IRS adds penalties, the IRS adds interest, and the IRS adds late fees. So suddenly, a tax bill that started at $100,000 can become much larger. That's why smart business owners separate money immediately. The moment income comes in, they move it into a separate account for taxes. Because if you spend tax money eventually, you will have to pay it back. So, what can we learn from Toni Braxton's story? Lesson number one: always understand your contract. Before you sign anything, know how you get paid, know what percentage you keep, know what expenses come out first. Because a bad contract can keep you working hard while someone else makes the real money. Lesson two: never confuse income with wealth. Just because money is coming in does not mean you are financially secure. Real wealth is not about what you earn, it's about what you keep. Lesson number three: always plan for taxes. If you are self employed, own a business, or have multiple streams of income, you should be setting aside money every single month. A good rule is to save 25% to 40% for taxes. Lesson number four: live below your means. Even when you become successful, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is increasing their lifestyle every time they make more money. This is called keeping up with the Joneses. You may be familiar with that saying. But if your income drops, your bills stay the same. That's how people end up trapped. Lesson number 5, have the right team. The more money you make, the more money you need a tax professional, Randall Paralegal Services and Taxes, a CPA, a business manager, a financial advisor, because success without a plan can be a disaster. So, Toni Braxton's story is not really about music. It's about what happens when you make money without understanding business, taxes, and financial planning. She had talent, she had success, she had millions coming in, but she didn't have enough protection around the money. And that is why so many people end up broke, even after making it. So if you're building a business, starting a side hustle, or finally making more money than ever before, don't just focus on earning. Focus on keeping it. Learn about taxes, understand your contracts, protect your cash flow, build real wealth. Because making money is only one thing, keeping it is what changes your life. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you don't have to make millions to build wealth. You just have to learn how not to lose it. If you are interested in understanding how to secure your wealth, click the link in the description and get my guide on how to build wealth and understand taxes. Thanks for watching.